want to collapse our dollar. They want our economy to fail so that they can introduce a global economy, a global system of government. And if you think for 1 minute that you can have a global economy and a global currency without a global government to manage it, then you don't know what's going on. This is no longer about whether or not we elect this Republican over here, or this family value Christian Republican, or this Democrat who's a socialist. The issue is, does this person believe in the supremacy of the Constitution of the United States? Does he or she believe in the independence of the United States of America? That's the issue. John McCain appeared, I challenge you to go to the website and see it. John McCain appeared before the CFR. It's on their website, Council on Foreign Relations. And he told them if he were elected president, one of the first things he would do would be to create a, quote, his term, a league of democracies. A league of democracies, which was, in concept, the United Nations on steroids. More power to the UN, more authority to the UN, more control to the UN, a more visible presence of UN military, a greater authority of the UN over our economy and our financial matters, more authority to the United Nations over our states and over our national parks and our national monuments and all these kind of things. That was John McCain, Republican. Globalism, universalism. Let me tell you something. We don't need more United Nations influence in America. We need to get rid of the United Nations altogether. If I had been elected President of the United States, one of the first things I would have done would be to appoint Ron Paul Secretary of the Treasury. Let me tell you something. This is a crime. What's going on at the economic level of our country is nothing short of criminal. We have the mafia in charge of our economy. These international bankers are criminals. If I had been elected President of the United States, not only would I not have authorized or supported a bailout or a stimulus package, as both Bush and Obama did, I would instruct my Justice Department to find charges, criminal charges, and those international bankers would be facing time in jail. Yeah. It's a crime what's happening. Now, we can't even get the Congress, including Republicans for the most part, to come on board auditing the Fed. I mean, I don't think the Fed needs to be audited personally. I think the Fed needs to be eliminated. They're criminals, they're crooks, they're thieves. Most of them are not even Americans. Most of them are foreigners. It's a racket beyond belief. I'm telling you, if the American people really truly understood the depth of criminality that's being committed against them by these corporate gangsters, they would rise up in open revolution as our founding fathers did 234 years ago. Bernanke, Paulson, Geithner, they all come from the same ilk, the same seed. They all come from the same institutions. They're all answering to the same people. This phony idea, and this is a game that is played with the American people. And this is why, as I was traveling around and I got a glimpse of really what was going on, I had a chance to talk to some of the national leaders. They'll never put us on them. Why would not they put on the platform to debate in front of the American people the men and women who had the opportunity in 2008 to be elected president? I was talking to some of the producers, and, well, we can't. Chuck, you just don't understand. I mean, we understand you're sincere, and, you know, blah, 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 they panderize. And they say, well, you know, we can't have 20 people up here on the debate. We can't do that. I said, really? Okay, well, that's true. You don't want 20 people. Although during the Republican primary, you did have 10. The American government goes to Iraq, and we are going to spread democracy in Iraq, in Afghanistan. And so one of the things that our government does over there in Iraq is we promote open participation by anyone in Iraq who wants to be involved in the political process. And so the last time I counted, which was the latter part of last year, there were over 20 political parties in Iraq, each of them vying for political power and votes among the Iraqi people, and each one of them receiving support and taxpayer dollars. Over 20 political parties supported by the U.S. government. You come here to the United States, and if you're not a Republican or you're not a Democrat, you're not invited to the dance. You don't get a chance to debate. I told this one producer, I said, let me tell you, if you guys were truly interested about free and fair elections, there's a way to do it. And you wouldn't have to have 20 people on the stage. Here's how you do it. How many of these candidates have obtained enough ballot access to theoretically garner the necessary 270 electoral votes in order to become President of the United States? It costs millions of dollars. It takes thousands and thousands of man-hours. The arduous labor that's involved in getting an independent party on a state ballot is absolutely staggering.